The disco ball of power. Link, your head, it's huge? My god, what is going on with this camera? Outset Island, a place I'd often explore as a kid. It's time to break it. So what we're going to do is actually disable collision in the game, and this can be done kind of interestingly. So if you're going through a door or any kind of transition, if you force Link to move, it basically prevents the collision from loading. And I'll show you real fast. So we're going to go ahead and train. That was really strange. So we're going to go into the training hut and fight Orca and disable collision while going through the door. So as you'll see, I'm going through the door right now, but if I force Link to move right here, now I interrupted his animation. So since his animation has been interrupted, now we can have some fun because as you can see, I can just kind of walk through the walls here. And this interesting thing about Wind Waker is if Link goes inside of an object that he's not supposed to be inside, like for example this table, is actually going to kill me and make me reset the room. So I'll just walk in here to show you. So that's a standard thing. And also when that happens, now collision is back on. As you can see, the walls, I'm not going to go through them. So we're going to go back outside, and I'm going to disable collision once we get outside. So now collision's off. Now I can walk through these things because I interrupted his animation, and we can actually just jump through this building and start swimming down below. There's a lot of interesting things you can do with this. Obviously, clip through walls and dungeons, really helpful if you don't want to get specific keys or anything like that. But what I like to do is actually use this and then fight Orca because there's some kind of funny things that can happen. So we're gonna go back to his house. Oh shoot, well I guess I don't need to use the door because the collision is off. Okay, so now collision is off again. I'm going to get the sword from Orca. Okay, so now I'm fighting Orca. But the thing about Orca is if you do the opposite move or you do the wrong move, he actually deflects you and sends you flying backwards. And this can get pretty funny because now collision is off. So if he knocks us backwards, we're actually going to fall through the floor, just like that. However, it will be different because he will then talk to us. And what talking to us does is it forces the game to let Link bypass the death barrier. So with Link bypassing the death barrier, that's actually just to make us fall indefinitely into the darkness below. So let me go ahead and get this going so I can show you what it looks like. Because Link gets stuck in a really funny animation too. So I'm going to go against this wall and do the spin attack, and he's going to freak out because it's the wrong thing. If I hit him, that is. And when I do hit him, he's going to send me backwards. It wasn't enough to knock me out of bounds, but this next one should be able to. We'll move towards the door some so he can actually hit us better. Let's try this again. And now Link is falling forever. Link is way down in this black void and he's going to fall for a very long time. So now he's reached the very bottom. So this is what it looks like. He's stuck in this damage pose and there's nothing I can do because if I were to finish the conversation, I'm already past the death barrier, so it's not going to reset. So really, I'm stuck here. There's nothing I can do except reset the game. So now I'm going to fight him again, but I'm going to leave collision on because there's another funny thing I can do with inputting jump commands that makes this fight kind of interesting. So the way this works is when I get hit, I am going to go flying backwards, but I have the ability to repeat that animation over and over again. So let me go ahead and get hit. So now Link is flying over and over and over again on top of the bed. So basically it's just repeating the animation of Link taking damage. And if at any point I decide to re-toggle it, as long as Link is not standing up all the way, I can actually replay the animation. So something interesting about the interior of houses within Wind Waker is that everything takes place in like a water world. It's like Kevin Costner's movie. So that anything beyond these walls is just the open sea. However, this open sea, if I fall into it, doesn't let me swim. I just die. But I do want to show you something with ladders. So ladders with inputting jump commands is really, really funny because it just forces Link higher and higher. So I can sit on this ladder like this, and I can just go high into the sky. And until I finish the ladder animation, he's just gonna keep going up and up and up. And now I'm falling, and you can't even see me because I was so high. Okay, so now we're gonna go back outside. We're gonna go get the telescope from our little sister. So we'll go ahead and climb up this ladder, and I'm gonna stop. And I'm just gonna take off flying into the sky until we're way high up, and this should be good. Let's see if I can. There we go. So there's Outset Island way down below. I think you can see the little towns over there. But Link is just kind of chilling here until I finish this animation. So we're gonna go higher, and eventually all this is gonna get called out. Maybe not. I thought it would be called out a lot sooner. Okay, well, I'm actually going to descend now. And have Link fall to his death, apparently. The camera is so lagging so far behind, I can't even see anything. Spiraling out of control! So the telescope's funny, or really any item that you get can be kind of interesting. As long as Link's not locked down in his place, I can move him. So I can make him jump during this, this talking scene, and she looks up to see where he's going and all that stuff. And now I'm actually to the right of her because the ceiling of this TP I'm under forces Link when he goes up against it and slides him over. So now I'm over here to the right, which changes the cutscene a little bit because now it's not going to be framed correctly anymore. So now we're going to get the telescope. And every time I jump, it's going to replay the telescope animation. But we can actually duplicate the telescope above our head by getting it as soon as it appears above us. If we jump, the second it appears, we can actually duplicate the telescope over and over and over again until you get this monstrosity of a telescope. Now the thing about these is the game's only going to clear one off. So when I'm done doing this, well, I'll just show you. So when I'm done doing this, I'm only going to put one of these away. I'm now a floating disco ball. But when I move, this stuff's going to lag behind me, the particle effects. And they'll just keep spawning anytime I stop moving. So we're going to just jump in the water. Because they do not go away until I go inside of a door. So I will continue to have this floating disco ball above my head. That anytime I stop is just going to look like a power orb. But last thing I want to show you guys is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this disco ball. I'm going to turn off collision for the island. Okay, so collision's now off. Double check, can I walk through this? Yep. Okay, so now I'm actually going to pick up a pig or something else and just toss it underneath the island. If I can find one. Usually there's a little black pig running around here. It's so difficult to catch. Why is it so difficult to catch? Ugh. Come on. There we go. Because now I can pull him through the wall as well. And now he has no way to get back to the island. So that concludes our trip to Outset Island with the collision mechanics and interrupting actions during sequences. But if you like this video, please let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to see if you guys like this kind of content. Let me know what I can improve on. And if you have any ideas, I'm of course open to suggestions as well. But thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Cheers.